Here's a video I did not intend on making, but will be a good video for all of us to learn from if you have made this mistake, or you haven't been modeling and just started and then you accidentally make this mistake. So my truck was pink. I painted it with a paintbrush. I don't have an airbrush or anything. It was pink. I painted it pink like about 10 years ago. Never finished the truck, so it looked like this. I don't know if you can tell, my lighting's not amazing. I'm still working on a proper place to work on my models. But the paint was enamel. This paint right here was enamel. And so it was paint brushed on. Well, I didn't put enough coats on it. I didn't like the paint. Here it is about 10 years later. I decided I wanted to change it and make it white. So I decided that I was going to paint it with acrylic. Well, I didn't prep the body because I was trying to rush getting this done because I got 4 new models for Christmas that I wanted to work on. And I was like, I want to do this one first. Go ahead and put the Cali Lean on it, or the Carolina Squat, and just be done with it. But rushing your paint and prep, or your prep and paint, when you rush that, you're going to end up having issues. So I found out that trying to put acrylic over enamel just doesn't work. You see how spotty the paint got. And even on the hood, like once it started to dry, it would just spot all over the paint job. I didn't paint the other side of it. But yeah, so what I'm going to have to do today, I watched videos of how to remove the paint, and a video by Model Minutes did a paint removal, which I will link down in the description with a hashtag on this video. Used 99% isopropyl alcohol. Well, this is all I have access to, 91%. So I'm hoping that this will be strong enough. Hopefully 8%, it's not a big deal. So I got a container, and we're going to pop her open. We're going to probably use this whole thing, because I got a big container here. And I got a lot to do. As you can see, a noob mistake of trying to put acrylic over enamel. Trying to get done quicker. Now I got to take more time. So trying to rush through a process is not always the quickest way to get through it, especially when it includes doing prep work on the body, prepping it for paint, or actually painting it. If you don't know what you're doing, like me being new at this whole paint issue, something I didn't know would happen, then you're going to have these kinds of issues. So I'm going to drop all these in here, if I can get them to fit. And according to Model Minutes, put those in there. Let them sit for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, we will start the cleaning process, which right now, you don't have to wait 10 minutes because I'm going to pause the video. And after the 10 minutes, I will be back to show you some of the cleanup process. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes, and I honestly don't know how this is going to turn out because I've never done this. But if you're going to be removing paint, make sure you got some not so nice clothes on. Put some rubber gloves on. Get you just an old toothbrush and a sponge. And we will see how this goes. See if this removes all the paint like we need it to. definitely smelly. Make sure you have a well-ventilated area. I am in my garage right now. If it gets a little too crazy, then what I'll end up doing is pause the video, open a garage door. Right now, not so bad. It does appear to be peeling straight through both paints. So the only problem is how thick the paint is. We'll let that sit a minute. That's so. If the lighting is not good, I'm sorry about that. Because as I said, still trying to find a good working space and trying to figure out a good light source to use. If anybody has any ideas, any professional modelers, watch my channel, please leave a comment on the videos so that I could gain more knowledge. Alright, so it is working. And what we're gonna do, let's go to the next piece. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give all these a good scrub and put them back in for some more soaking and not make you have to watch the entire cleaning process, but just to show that if you try to rush your project, especially in the prep and paint portion of it, you're going to end up with more work instead of getting done quicker. But hey, knowledge for you, knowledge for me. I guess in the end it all works out. As you can see, it is going through both levels of paint. If you can see in my horrible lighting, it is literally peeling straight through. So, just to show you, and I don't have, here we go. I'll use this to wipe my hands in. If you have regular isopropyl alcohol that you just have in your house, at least 91%, that will do the job. Now we're going to take a big piece out and see how that works. Like I said, after I do a little scrubbing on this, see how this guy turns out. Then I will pause the video again to get to the end of the video so that you can actually see how this turns out. The sponge is dry, very stiff, so I don't know if isopropyl alcohol will soak in it really good. But I guarantee you one thing, it'll be very flammable when I get done. I don't want to use something too abrasive because I don't want to get rid of the decals, the design that's already on the body. Oh, straight through the paint, both layers. That's great. Let's see. Look at that right there. So it's just going to take a lot of elbow grease. As you can see, I do a little scrubbing, and then if I let it set a minute, that seems to be working the best. because it'll get down through the layers. Oh, sorry, out of camera view. It gets down through the layers and soaks in even more. I don't have an abrasive sponge, it's just a regular soft on both sides kind of sponge here. It's not one of those that has the abrasive side and the smooth side. This one is just a regular smooth on both sides kind of sponge. I put a lot of white paint on it. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't have an airbrush. I didn't use spray paint, which is probably what I'm going to do to go back over this to save me a lot of time and headache. It's just to buy a can of spray paint and just spray the whole thing. That way, one, the paint's not so thick. If I need to ever do any kind of repair to it, I don't have to go through this problem again. And just a waste of paint in the long run to brush it on if there's other means. And enamel paint and acrylic paint do not mix. It's kind of like you could probably do enamel over acrylic. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video of that in the future. But it may be like when you work on a piece of wood, you can stain a piece of wood, and after the stain has dried, you can paint it later on. You decide to paint it another color. But you can't paint a piece of wood and then try to stain it. So I bet this enamel and acrylic is the same way. It's very similar, probably. As I said, I'll probably do a video just for something crazy like that in the future. Lots and lots of elbow grease. So hopefully this video will help a lot of you out there not have this problem in the future. Alright, so let's show what color it was when it came out of the box. Beautiful, beautiful white. So it's definitely not all white. When right now I haven't put enough work into it. But as you can see, when I get done, it will be nice, pretty, shiny white like it was straight out of the box. So using isopropyl alcohol does work. It's just going to take you some time to get it cleaned up. So don't rush your projects, as you'll be in the same predicament I'm in right now, cleaning the model, getting the paint off of it, smelly alcohol everywhere. Anyway, I am going to stop the video, or pause the video, until I get it completely done, and then I will get back to you so you can see the end result. That way you don't have to sit here and watch for half an hour. Alright, so see you guys at the end product. Alright, so I'm going to finish up this video here. I am not done, but I want to show you what I've got here. That's the hood, completely back to factory. You know what it looked like before and now. It is in pristine condition, brand new looking. Some parts that were attached to a little tree, put a little too much elbow grease on them. Mirror and like I think that's a front valence, but I'm not quite sure what part that actually is. But those turned out brand new looking. And the truck still has crevices I need to get to. I'll do that with the brush off camera. And just want to show you, like, it has really cleaned up compared to what it looked like. And then the bed, I just started on it. I happened to paint the black yesterday, so it's fresh paint, so it's going to take a little bit more work on it. The pink and white, as you see, or this was pink, didn't have white on it, but the pink pretty much just came right off. A little bit more work on it is needed. And this is probably going to be the hardest one, but you see the exhaust pipes on this tailpiece here. It's going to need some thorough cleaning with a brush. But isopropyl alcohol works. It will take off any paint that I have put on this model, which was enamel and acrylic together. They didn't work together. But the isopropyl alcohol works. As you can see over here, the bath that I had them in has turned pink. And I've destroyed a rag and a sponge. So hopefully you'll see this video before you make this mistake and try to put acrylic on top of primer. And hopefully this will help you not get in the jam that I got myself into, which is about 2.5 hours of scrubbing to get this truck back to factory look so that I can repaint it and get it the color I want and get this model completed. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If you liked it, then put a like on it, and if you like the channel, then subscribe. We'll have a whole lot more material. This is a video I didn't know I was going to be doing, but sometimes things just happen, and it's best to just educate others while you're educating yourself. And maybe there's someone out there that either did what you did or is fixing to do what you had done, and maybe you're helping them prevent them from stepping into the same problem. Hope you guys have a great day, and hope you enjoyed the video. See you again soon, and when I go to do the paint, I will show you the completed clean version so that you can see exactly what it looks like before it goes into paint, and see that I got all this enamel and acrylic off of it. Have a good day.